Hello, everybody. Today I have the movie review not review, but my thoughts on Holmes and Watson now that it's been out for a long time or for a while. And I'm not the type of person to just put it out and say, I'm going to be the first one. I'm not about being first. I'm just about being the best that just putting out my own thoughts on it when whenever I get the chance. So, Holmes and Watson is with John C. Riley and what's his name? Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell. And I have to say, this movie is nothing because I've seen every movie that John C. Riley and Will Ferrell have been in. Step Brothers. Oh man, Step Brothers was great. I don't care what anybody says. If anybody says Talladega Nights sucked, I liked Talladega Nights. And then I don't know what other movies they've been in. But if they've been in other movies, I've watched them. But I'm just giving you those two names right off the top of my head. And this movie, Holmes and Watson, is nothing. I mean, to me, right off the bat, to me, I felt this was like a remake of. To me, it felt like it was a remake of Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law's. What was it? Sherlock Holmes 2. 2. Like that, too. Sherlock Holmes 2. So I felt like, what kind of a cheap movie was this? This was just like a total remake. And they turned everything that they could have made, like everything that ever happened in the movie of Sherlock Holmes, they changed every single thing from being action to being dumb, like to the version of comedy, which I didn't feel that this movie was worth anything. I only went because I guess I wanted to give the benefit of the doubt to Will Ferrell. And I'm going to be honest right off the bat. I was disappointed. Just me. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I mean, I respect your opinion, but for me, I felt like Daddy's Home was great. But then Daddy's Home 2 missed the hit. Missed it completely. Missed it. And I don't care what anybody says because there's a bunch of people, including famous people, that say, "Wow, I loved Holmes and Watson. It was funny." How I guarantee you haven't watched Sherlock Holmes the movie with Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr. That movie was insane. That was incredible right off the bat. That's where I can say, holy moly, is where I can say. But everything else, this movie was only, for me, I would say this movie got like a 3 because I didn't like the performance at all. Like when Robert Downey Jr. is about to fight, like when he's thinking of fighting his enemies, he gets like a vision of how he's going to fight them. And in this movie with Will Ferrell wasn't like that. Will Ferrell was learning how to pee or something. I don't know, some weird stuff, and he could see like how he was going to pee. Like put your chili facing this way. You're gonna pee 30 degrees forward, or you're going to pee 40 degrees forward, or 20 degrees left, or 10 degrees right. Like, for reals? Like, how is that funny? There's nothing funny. There was scenes like where both of them were screaming, ah, ooh, ah, like it wasn't funny. That was ridiculous. Like, who thinks comedy about like people screaming? Whoa, because I did it so wrong. I've never seen comedy where I like people screaming. I don't think of that as comedy when people scream. Especially, it wasn't funny. And, man, this movie was horrible. Horrible. This movie was straight up trash. I do agree with everyone, with most people. If you guys left, good for you. This movie, the reason I'd say this movie was straight up vomit is because, and I'll be honest, right off the bat, I'll say it, that I think that the writers that were chosen for this movie were great, but they couldn't write a story because they had they were doing good in Tropic Thunder. The writers of this movie was Tropic Thunder, and this you're giving us this after I don't know what movies they did after that, but they're the guys from Tropic Thunder. And Tropic Thunder, even though I'm not a fan of Ben Stiller, because when are you gonna say Ben Stiller's funny? And I'll agree with all of you if you say Ben Stiller's not funny. So, how? Ben Stiller's not funny. But Tropic Thunder was incredible. I watched it maybe, I'll say like maybe at least 3 times. But this movie, I don't want to watch it ever again. I don't. I have no thought in watching this movie again. It's like, ugh, just straight up vomit. And I'm not saying that because I'm not a fan of Will Ferrell, because I've been a fan of Will Ferrell in the good times, but not in the bad times. Like, let's see. Let's name like 3 movies. I said I liked Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. I liked that movie with, I think it's Hard Life or Hard Prison. I don't know what's called, with Kevin Hart. I gave that an okay. It wasn't incredible either, but it was still good. I still give it good because it was mostly a fight scene. I mean, sort of a fight movie. But this movie, I have to say, Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law, please come back. And I wonder why. I mean, I do kind of understand why they took forever to shoot this movie of Sherlock Holmes 3. I know why. Because Robert Downey Jr. has been in Marvel for a long time. And I guarantee he has no time for these types of movies. Robert Downey Jr.'s last movie was great. Let me see if I can find what his movie was. Let's see if I can find it here, because I did like it. So let's see if let's see if I can find it. The last movie that Robert Downey Jr. did that was kind of, to me, was great. Let's see. And I'll show you guys what movie I'm talking about. The last movie that I feel like he did was, okay, let's see what I can see. Okay. So the movie that I'm thinking of is The Judge. The Judge. That movie oh shoot. For real? I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that coming of this dude, Billy Bob Thornton. I didn't even see that, because he looks way older in movies. So look, there's Billy Bob Thornton for you guys to see. So that's how he looks there. That's how Billy Bob Thornton looks there, just so you guys can see. Okay? But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this movie, The Judge. Let's see if you guys can get a picture. really quick. So there it is. The Judge. Not my face. I don't like the glare, so there it is. The Stop pointing at my face, man. There it is, The Judge. Let's see if I could get you The Judge a little bit closer. Right there. The Judge. There it is. There is The Judge. And that movie was the last movie I saw that I thought was a great performance from Robert Downey Jr. So that's why I'm saying it's probably the timing. He didn't have all the time to shoot these movies. And I think Sherlock Holmes the third is still disappointing to me because I think that movie is coming out in 2020 according to the internet. Look, we'll go back to IMDb even though it crashed. Okay. So let's click here and I'll show you where it says Sherlock Holmes 3, which says it's an upcoming project which is set for December 25th, 2020. Let's see if you guys get to see it. Let's see if you guys get to see it. It's right to the right. So there it is. Focus. Whatever, if you guys get to see it, it says in pre-production right now. Expected December 25th, 2020. So there it is. You guys get to see a little bit. Read it if you can see it. If not, I'm sorry. And we still get Rachel McAdams as the cast. Is Rachel McAdams, Robert Downey Jr., and Jude Law. I don't know who else will be in it, but those are the ones that are being credited at the moment. So December 20-something, I said, 2020. So that's where it says there. That's what it says on the IMDb page. And IMDb is the type of page that gets updated frequently. And wow, I hope this movie does come out sooner than 2020. But waiting till 2020 is not good. Okay, so let's get back. So this movie had it had a lot of potential. I have to say that. This movie had a lot of potential, but it just blew it. It turned everything good of Robert Downey Jr.'s movie, because this movie really sticks with Sherlock Holmes 2. And I forget what's Sherlock Holmes 2, so I could show you guys. It's right here. So IMDb, and it's Sherlock Holmes. Okay. Okay. I don't know what's called at the moment. It's Sherlock Holmes. Is that it? No, I think that was the first one. So let me click on it, and it's Sherlock Holmes. Let me think. Okay, so that's okay. Okay, it's here. It is called, like, this is the name of the movie, Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. I think, or was it just Sherlock Holmes? Okay, so I'm assuming. Okay, so I don't really remember if I think the movie really takes hit on the first one. I'm not sure if it takes hit on the first one or the second one. So let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that it's Sherlock Holmes, the original, the first one with not the second one. A Game of, I think it's the first one, not the second one. Where it's called A Game of Shadows. I think it's the first one. So with the first one, I loved it. I don't care what anybody says. The first and second were incredible. But this movie was just a remake of just Sherlock Holmes. And everything good that Robert Downey Jr. did in that movie was turned into funny comedy. Especially that the movie was rated PG-13. And And I was expecting this movie to just like be funny because Will Ferrell has been funny in the past. Just because, look, I did like Ron Burgundy. And Anchorman 2. Anchorman 1 and Anchorman 2 were incredible with Ron Burgundy. I have to say that. Ron Burgundy was great, so I have to say that. So this is just my thought. I just have nothing else to say. Just that, why did they add a musical to this movie? Why did they add a musical score? That's bull, man. Like, I'm putting everything on this movie because it sucked. It was just like this. And I really have nothing else to say, so I just have to say, guys, I just have to say that if you didn't watch this movie, thank you for not watching it. Thank you. And most of you that watched it, just please let me know in the description down below in the comments down below. Please let me know. Please let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this movie. I just have nothing good to say about this movie. I could go on for many hours of just how horrible this movie is. And if you didn't watch it, good for you. And if you did watch it, good for you. You still got to see how bad of an actor Will Ferrell has become. So thank you guys for watching. And I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one or in the next video or something. And I will try to put more more videos on here. I will try to put more videos onto this channel. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.